Why do parts of Christianity seem to be the antithesis of what Jesus taught? By Father Ed Jansen. I want you to think with me for a moment about something that's bothered me for a long time. When I read the Gospels, I see a Jesus who lived very simply. He walked among ordinary people. He ate with people others rejected. He touched the untouchable. He defended the poor. He forgave sinners. And he kept talking about something he called the kingdom of God. And what did that kingdom look like? Love your neighbor, forgive one another, care for the poor, welcome the stranger, don't judge, love your enemies. And when somebody hurts you, don't answer violence with more violence. Jesus wasn't trying to build an empire. In fact, he warned his followers becoming like the powerful rulers around them. He said, essentially, that's not how it's going to be among you. And then something happened. For roughly the first 300 years, Christians had very little political power. Sometimes they were even persecuted by Rome. But eventually, Christianity went from being persecuted by the Roman Empire to being embraced by the Roman Empire. And that changed Christianity. Think about the irony. Jesus was executed by the power of Rome. Yet eventually, the religion built around Jesus became closely connected with Roman power. The simple teacher from Galilee became surrounded by palaces, wealth, elaborate ceremonies, powerful bishops, political influence, and eventually even armies fighting under Christian symbols. Somewhere along the way, the emphasis began to change too. Jesus had said, "Follow me." But Christianity increasingly became concerned with believe the right things about me and follow the Bible instead of follow me. Jesus talked constantly about how we should live with one another here and now. But Christianity increasingly focused on where we would go when we died. And please understand me, I'm not saying Rome erased Jesus. It didn't. Because throughout Christian history, people have kept rediscovering him. Francis of Assisi rediscovered him among the poor. Peacemakers rediscovered him in enemy love. The civil rights movement rediscovered him in nonviolence and justice. People serving the homeless, the hungry, the rejected, and the forgotten continue rediscovering him today. And maybe that's our challenge too. Perhaps Christianity doesn't need another argument about doctrine nearly as much as it needs people willing to go back to Jesus and ask one very simple and rather uncomfortable question. What if Jesus actually meant what he said? Because maybe being a Christian isn't primarily about worshiping Jesus, it's about following him.